action. Hi, so this is Andrea.
I'm Jasmine.
And we're here to give you some swim mum advice about nationals. So what should we start with, Jasmine?
Let's talk about accommodation, which is always really hard to find the right place for the right venue. And it's knowing what you need for the event that you're going to. And we've done the whole Premier Inn, if you're allowed to say Premier Inn, hotel scenario, and cottage or apartment options.
Absolutely. So last year we were in a hotel. There were 3 of us in I think we had one double bed and a sofa bed. And by the end of a week, we were going stir crazy. It was mental, and every single night we were having to find somewhere to eat and spending sort of 50 quid at least. Were you the same?
Absolutely. And it's not having your own like cutlery and crockery and being able to eat when you want to. It's just really hard to manage life because, as you know, as swim parents, you are eating a lot of the time and you need a facility that you can sleep as well and have a bit of space. So this year we did a cottage slightly out of Sheffield. That's just because our events didn't quite fit being here all the time. We had some time off, which was really great actually. It was no problem coming in and out because of our timetable, but yet if we were here on a lot more regular basis and needed the sleep time, it just wouldn't work. So it's finding somewhere which is central that you can use at the right time, be at the right place and have the right food. So definitely if you can think about something which is more central apartment wise, then that is definitely the way forward.
Yeah, so I still think there's some pros and cons. So we stayed in an apartment that was very central, but what I loved that you did was that you got, where was that great place that you and the kids went to in between British and English?
So we stayed up between British and English, and we actually stayed up for the full time. So we had about 3 days where we had just some chill time up in the area, which was great. So we went to Chatsworth House one day, and then we went to Yorkshire Sculpture Park. So it gave us some downtime. We were really flexible rather than dashing home, rushing everything through the washing machine, get it all packed again and then heading back. So that really worked. But the downside to that was that we moved from a cottage which had lots of facilities to moving into a hotel where we didn't have anything. And that really has been quite difficult because we didn't even have plates and knives and forks. We had to eat out, and all of a sudden the spending went right up.
Yeah.
Including drinks and just lunch.
Yeah. So we've stayed in this apartment. We stayed here for British, but then we went home in between, and then that was quite difficult to muster up the energy again to sort of pack up again and drive back up here, get all set up. But yeah, it has been good. I think even things like if your swimmer qualifies for a final, so typically you'll be swimming in the morning. What warm-up sort of started?
Like 7:40.
Yeah, 7:40. So you're up. You're at the pool for 7:40. They do the warm-up. Then races start about 9.
Yeah.
And then that can go until when would you say?
Midday, 11:40, around that sort of time. Then you're lunching and you're sleeping, and then you're back to the pool. May well be 3:30.
Yeah.
Back for finals at 5 o'clock. And therefore you're there maybe until 8.
Yeah, you can.
Past 8.
Yeah, and then it's just, you just want to get food on the go quickly, don't you? Feed them and then just get to bed. And if you're then at 8 p.m. having to go and find somewhere to eat, I know some friends of ours have eaten at Wetherspoons, which we were there one night with them, and the food was great. But kids can only stay in there until 9 o'clock.
Okay.
And things like that. So yeah, I think all in all, if you can get an apartment that is city centre, with a kitchen, even if it's something very basic, with a kitchen, try and maybe limit cost by having a sofa bed that you guys can share with, then that's probably a way to go. But also what Jasmine did, I loved the sound of that, being out in the cottage with, there's nothing that's that attractive in city centre Sheffield. So having a bit of countryside, I think was really nice as well.
Yeah, but I think it all depends on how many races you have. If, for example, you only have a couple and you're only here for a couple of days, then maybe the hotel option works for you. You don't mind just having a few days out, having meals out, and having breakfast in the hotel. But if you're certainly here for a longer period of time, then look for the self-catering apartments, maybe even with a sofa bed and a bedroom, but there are certainly some nice contemporary versions here.
Absolutely. So please like and subscribe, and if you've got anything that you want to ask us, we've learned everything that we know from other swim parents and we just want to pass that on.